Effective door knocking versus the internet. In a world of fiercely competitive commerce, where each organization pushes with all their might to become the next billion-dollar sensation, there is a single common denominator which will make or break the bottom line in any company. That common denominator is called a customer. Without a customer, a business simply does not exist. In today's tech-savvy business environment, it's getting harder and harder to compete if you are not on the front lines of what's currently trending with marketing techniques. However, there are very effective ways to reach your customers without using the internet. Let's talk about effective door knocking. What is effective door knocking? Effective door knocking refers to cold prospecting, specifically by approaching people, introducing them to your product or service, and trying to sell them on it. Let me be very clear. Doing this successfully is very difficult for many reasons. Most importantly, in my opinion, is the mental abuse people will put you through. For the remainder of this article, I will be referring to mostly residential door knocking. If you want to see someone's true colors, go knock on their door and try selling them something right as they're getting home from work. They're usually starting on dinner, or they've kicked on the football game and they're now comfortable in their slippers laying on the couch. To those who treat door knockers with respect, God bless you. To all the rest, which unfortunately is the majority of homeowners, well, we need to exercise a little bit more caution when prospecting these people. Here are 5 of the most important things I've learned as a door knocker over the last 5 years. Hopefully, they'll help you close more deals, receive less mental abuse from homeowners, and overall, have a more pleasant experience. Number 1, dress the part. I don't care how cool you think you are. If you want to get paid big money, you need to dress like someone who gets paid big money. I'm not saying to go door to door in a full-blown suit, although it's not a terrible idea. I'm saying you need to take pride in your appearance. You'd be surprised how far doing something like tucking in your shirt actually goes. As a general rule of thumb, if you're going door knocking, try to wear the following. Never wear shorts. Dress pants are best, but jeans are also acceptable. That means no distressed tears, no wrinkles, and make sure they're clean. Black, blue, beige, and brown are typically the most common colors. If you have a dress shirt, that's best. Ironed, of course. A polo shirt is another option, but it has a slightly more casual meaning behind it. I personally prefer a button-up dress shirt, but a polo, if that's all you have, that's also acceptable. It's still 1,000 times better than a normal t-shirt. Walking around all day sucks. It hurts your feet, which will probably make you want to wear sneakers to get some relief. My personal recommendation is to stick with dress shoes. Yes, it sucks. Your feet will hurt way more, and you'll probably end up with blisters at the end of each day. In the grand scheme of things, though, you need to remember that these homeowners have no idea who you are or if they can even trust you. The more business professional you appear, the more likely they are to trust you with their money, especially when talking about higher ticket sales. Now, if you're working for a company and not yourself, they might have a specific way of doing things that works best for their products and services, but if you're out there by yourself, you need all the help you can get. Dress shoes are the way to go whenever possible. You don't need a belt, but again, it reinforces the stereotype of you being a professional because it helps visually separate your upper half from your lower half. No, it's not totally required, but it is a good idea to have one. You might want to test this out. Wear it one day, then don't wear it the next, and see what happens. I'd also recommend buying an inexpensive watch. You don't have to spend over $25 to get a watch that looks decent. I like black and gray because they're subtle and distinguished. They don't pop out, but they do say that your time is valuable and you're not one to waste time. Take a shower. Seriously. Wash your face, brush your teeth, carry breath mints as you go canvassing. Carry water so you don't get dehydrated. If you have hair, comb it, style it. Make sure your facial hair is cleaned up. You don't necessarily have to be clean shaven, but whatever you do have going on, make sure it looks clean. Just Google how facial hair affects sales to learn more. Number 2, don't be salesy when door knocking. With the progression of the internet over the last 2 decades, people can smell BS a mile away. Don't be salesy. People don't like salesy. People don't want to be sold. They do, however, want to make a purchase. They want to feel like they're the ones in control and they're the ones making the investment. If you sell them something, they might feel regret and have buyer's remorse. They want to feel like they're the ones in control and they're the ones making the investment. If you sell them something, they might feel regret and have buyer's remorse. The last thing you want is for a sale to be reversed after you've already spent the money. Be real, be respectful of their time. Understand that they don't care about who you are or what you're doing. They just want to get back to their lives. Be personable without being fake. People can smell fake. Number 3, overcoming objections before they present themselves. The objective, once the door gets answered, is not for you to sell them something. People don't do business with people they like. They do business with people they trust. Your objective is to overcome their potential objections in your opening dialogue. If you address their objections successfully, they will engage in a conversation with you. This is exactly what you want. If they're actually having a conversation with you about the product or service, it means they trust you enough not to feel scammed, which is good. Once you've broken down the initial wall, turn on the charm. Show your personality and show that you fully believe in the product. You cannot effectively sell something unless you fully believe in the product yourself. Show that you're passionate about it and express how it can help the homeowner. Number 4, psychology of door knocking. Unfortunately, the majority of doors that you'll knock on will get slammed in your face. Humans have a deep-seated desire to be accepted by their peers. Sometimes, people are just jerks. They'll treat you like you're not even a person. By retaining the position of authority in that you're actually a person trying to talk to another person, the homeowner, and not just some sleazy salesperson, homeowners are less likely to treat you like dirt. Let me explain. Too many times I've knocked on doors and the prospect yells, "Get the hell off my porch, I'm not interested," or "Go get a real job, a-hole." By doing this, they assume that you will accept their comments as truth and retreat. Refusing to retreat shows that you do not accept or understand their hurtful slurs, which makes them second guess their initial reaction. By holding your ground and saying something like, "Hello, hi, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm just doing research for a new product my company came out with, surveying the area to see which types of people actually qualify to benefit from it." This sentence does 2 important things. Firstly, it restructures the situation to imply they were wrong for yelling at someone innocent. And secondly, it sparks guilt and interest, making them more likely to engage in dialogue. Most of sales is knowing your psychology. I'd recommend studying up on it. As a kid, my mom always said, "It's not what you say, it's how you say it." Number 5, don't get butthurt. There's a lot of trial and error when it comes to door knocking and sales in general. Write a script, test it, write another one, test that one, and keep the circle moving until you find what works. Eventually, you'll compile an arsenal of phrases that becomes your go-to for quick responses, and you'll slowly become well-rounded at overcoming objections and closing sales. It might take a while, a few months, even a few years. Just remember that in order to be successful at door knocking, you interrupted someone else's day, so you cannot get butthurt if they treat you poorly. It's literally the hardest thing to do, but if you can train yourself to become more resilient to negativity and also teach yourself how to minimize the negative feedback in the first place, you'll be on your way to effective door knocking in no time. Conclusion: effective door knocking is hard. It's also free, which means that if you're willing to teach yourself the skill, it will transfer over for the rest of your life. It's a skill set highly immersed in people skills, which is important for almost every aspect of business in one form or another. Some might even consider it to be the foundation of marketing and advertising. I wish you all the best in your future door knocking ventures, and hopefully some of my suggestions can help you along the way.